Guys, I don't hear anything.
Hello, I'm Mike Rothman, and I'm joined by one of my favorite actors, Anthony Anderson. Even more so my favorite now after that one. We were having a couple of technical difficulties. It's fine. It's
I'm
totally
watching
fine.
the screen. They were like,
Guys, I don't hear
back
anything.
when ABC News with David Muir, I was like, I don't hear anything. David, I didn't hear what you said. What's going on?
David, where are you?
David, where are you? Anthony Anderson discusses Blacki-sh. Okay, that's what we're doing. All right, that's not what David's doing.
We're talking about a lot. I mean, I could sit here listing your accolades. We were actually discussing this before.
How did you know I like Kool-Aid?
Loved it.
Oh, okay. No, what about my accolades?
We were going to talk about Transformers.
Transformers,
We were going to talk about The Departed, which is
How
actually one of my favorites.
How they're on
yours.
Transformers 5, and I haven't been asked back to be in any of the sequels.
But you saw the reviews today, right?
Damn you, Michael Bay! No, what did they say?
They were pretty bad.
Well, they normally get that way when you're on your fifth,
Yeah.
your fifth run of something.
Law and Order.
Law and Order, yeah. Oh, you said The Departed, great film.
That's one of my favorites of yours because it shows your range.
Great film, thank you. I had a great time doing that, man, yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it is.
But what you're doing on Blacki-sh is very special.
Yeah.
Just the themes, the topics, the way, the delivery is just amazing. I was watching a couple episodes, catching up to prepare, and it's fantastic, the ebb and flow in between serious and light.
Yeah.
What's it like to be on something that's kind of like delving into our social conscious and really affecting people?
It feels great. It feels great to be a part of something like that. First I'd like to commend, our writers. They're the reason that, we were able to do that, ebb and flow and teeter that line between, drama and comedy and have something to say. About social commentary about what's going on in these communities in this world and how it's affecting, not only us as humans but this family in particular. Yeah. And
I was reading, I've read a lot of interviews you were doing. But,
okay.
The one recently you did with Variety was fantastic. As actors, you were interviewed by a fellow actor or actress. I can't think of right now.
Kaylee Cuoco.
Yes. And there was a great line in there about how this is one of the few shows on there where you can any race, creed, gender, and family can sit down and watch it and enjoy it, and it's very digestible in that way.
It is, and I believe it's that way because we deal with universal issues, universal themes that isn't subject to just one group of people. The stories that we're telling just happen to be told by an African American family, but they're stories and themes that affect us all. And I believe the authenticity in which we approach these stories and these characters and the truthfulness and how we tell these stories is what resonates with an audience. Yeah.
And one of my favorites I recently saw, and I saw you tweeted about it too, so I think that kind of was the impetus for me to watch it, Lemons.
Yeah.
It kind of focuses on Trump and the fallout to that.
Right.
But man, again, going back to your range, the scene in the boardroom, or the conference room, whatever you want to call it, from two perspectives. Partly writing for the angle of the Trump supporter and making that somewhat relatable, and then your part at the end about you doing your part. It's incredible. I don't want to keep the comments are going to keep coming. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. No, Kenya Barris.
Hope you're okay with that.
I'm all right with that, baby. I'm all right. Kenya Barris, who created our show and is my partner in this, wrote that particular episode. And a lot of people were like, it was an anti-Trump episode. I was like, no, I don't think so. It was just about an election, and I think we were fair with everyone's perspective, good, bad, or indifferent, on that particular episode. And that monologue that Kenya penned, that I delivered, immediately went viral, but spoke to the masses because we were all feeling that, and not just, not just an African American person, but a lot of people feel disenfranchised and left behind and not thought of, or is just an afterthought. But yeah, it was a pretty dope episode.
But being fair, you were very fair. I mean, I think one of the takeaways, obviously your monologue was a takeaway, but another takeaway for me was, I don't know the character's name, but her explaining her family still being out of work as a Trump supporter, and how she did vote for Obama, and that for me was something new, something I've never seen anywhere else. So I mean, being fair. I mean, there's no more being fair than that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, you know, I applaud Kenyon, and hopefully he comes home with the trophy for that particular episode. You know, hopefully we all do.
I mean, I was going to bring this up later on, but we can bring it up right now.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
One of my favorite things, the elephant in the room. One of my favorite things is your reaction to your Emmy nod last year.
Yeah.
I will say this now, and I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when. When you get nominated again, how are you going to top that? Because that was it was just one of the most endearing moments I've seen.
You know, that was honest emotion that you saw. I don't know how I'm going to top it. You know, my first Emmy nomination, I was on my way to South Africa, and I just happened to be sitting in the Virgin Lounge, and I really couldn't be as excited as I was when you saw me last year, because I'm in the Virgin Clubhouse, and you know, I'm in a quiet corner, and my phone, I just turned it on. I had like 67 text messages, and like my phone log was blocked or backed up, and I was just like, oh, so I just had to celebrate on the inside, and so last year when I got it, when I heard. I was there live making the announcements. It was just something else.
That's so good.
Now, the only thing that will top that is when I win.
And when you win, what are you going to do? And I want to quote another favorite cameo of mine.
Okay.
Harold and Kumar. Will you burn it to the ground?
Can I cuss? No. Yeah, no, it would be interesting. It'd be interesting. Hopefully Halle Berry's on stage.
Okay.
And I can kiss her. Or Beyonce or you know, I don't know. My mama, my wife.
You'll raise
knows?
Beyonce's new twins as your own. It's fine.
But it'll be an exciting time. It'll be an exciting time.
Do you have any favorite episodes? I know you draw a lot from your life as part, you know, as a writer on the show as well. Is there any favorites that stand out?
They're all my favorite. You know, and they're my favorite because of who I get to work with every day. You know, in Tracy Ellis Ross and Yara. Miles, Marseille, and Marcus, and you know, Lawrence and Jennifer. You know, everything that we do on there is special to me. So it doesn't have to be about me or my life or anything like that. It's just the work and the people that I get to work with. That's what makes it special.
Speaking of which, thank you for setting me up on that one.
Got you, baby. I know how to tee it up.
We just announced Yara getting a spinoff.
Yes.
College-ish.
Yes.
What can we expect from that? Because that means she's going to Harvard in real life, which is beyond impressive.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier, I look at her and I see a young lady.
Yes.
I hear her talk and I see a 30-year-old Harvard PhD professor.
Yeah,
she's so mature. It's
amazing. It's amazing. I don't know what to expect. You know, the writers are just not getting together and putting that show together right now. You know, so we'll both be in production, Blacki-sh and College-ish. Coming on the next month or so. So it'll be interesting to see what, you know, how we cross over into each other's shows, if any. But she can handle it on her own. And, you know, it was always a vision of ours to do something like this, you know. Take a page from the Cosby, you know, book of television, you know, Cosby show in a different world.
Yeah.
And so here we are, living that moment again.
So you expect them to cross over? Hopefully she'll be on, still, you know, maybe appear like they did with those spinoffs. Like,
yeah, I would hope so. I would think, you know, just to be that connective tissue, not just in the beginning for, you know, for a couple, and then, you know, they're off doing their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
How proud are you of the kids? I mean, I've interviewed people from Modern Family and shows like that. I've seen the kids grow up, and they're very protective of them. And it's amazing to kind of see these little human beings.
I'm very proud of them. You know, I got to handpick them 5 years ago, so I've watched them grow. I've watched them grow from babies to, you know, to teenagers to young adults. But what I'm most proud of is watching them grow professionally and personally, and you know, having some form of impact in both of those, just because we're together, you know, 14 hours a day, 5 days a week, you know, so that is my family. I am their family. I protect them as if they're my own children. But, you know, to see them grow professionally and personally is really a gift.
Speaking of growing professionally and personally, your two sons are actors in their own right.
Yeah. But just one son. I have 2 kids, yeah.
Okay. And how proud of you of him? I mean, are you excited he's following your footsteps, or are you?
I am. And, he's a very talented young man. Nathan, I keep telling him, I was like, you only get out of this what you put into it. And he understands that, but he's 17. He's the man at school. The Black Student Union at his school put on A Raisin in the Sun on their own, and he was the lead character in that, and they did a great job. So I'm very proud of them about that. But and my daughter, she's entering her senior year at University of San Diego as a sociology and ethnic studies double major. She just wants to change the world.
It's amazing.
I wanted to. She was my firstborn. I wanted to see if she wanted to follow in my footsteps, and early on she's like, "Nah, that's not for her." And I was like, "Okay, good."
You don't see that. That's amazing. You don't see it a lot, that you want them to be an actor or actress, and then they decide to do something else.
Yeah. But my son came up. He's carrying the torch, and we'll see what he does with it.
Transformers 6. He'll be in that.
If they continue to make them. Hopefully I'm in Transformers 6. Hopefully the reviews said, "Where is Anthony Anderson?"
I think Rolling Stone had that as the headline. Now, before you go, yes. I usually try to be organic when bringing up this kind of stuff.
Okay.
But there's no way.
There's no way
you are here for
organic.
a certain reason.
Yes, I am.
It's a very interesting reason.
I am.
I'm just going to tee it up for you.
Tee it up. Well, I'm here to talk about Charmin and their Charmin Van-GO campaign. And what it is, Charmin has piloted the first mobile restroom that you can go on the website and order to your footsteps. Not your doorstep, but your footstep. You go to charminvango.com, and you can set that up. It's today and tomorrow, the 21st and 22nd of June. On the 21st, I am the driver behind the wheel that will be delivering the cleanest mobile bathroom, and maybe the first of its kind mobile bathroom that you have ever seen.
No one said you're not an innovator.
No.
Yeah.
I can't take credit for it. This is all Charmin. They just asked me to bring it to the world. So it's exciting. I was in it all morning this morning. Got the towels all fluffy.
You ate a lot last night, I'm guessing?
No, I didn't eat a lot. I was just in it. Making it pretty. I actually didn't say
the producers are like, "What are you talking about?"
I can't even say I was making it pretty. I was just there to see what they had done, to see what I'm going to be bringing to New York. And it has like a 46-inch flat screen TV in there. It has hot and cold water. It has air freshener. It has incense. It has I don't know why they have beach towels in there. They have beach towels. I don't know what you're going to be doing with a beach towel in the bathroom by yourself, but you got towels. Yeah. There's a lounge area. It's amazing. There's a lot of reading material for those who need to go.
Well, I'm gonna digest that information now.
Digest it. And then after you digest it, I want you to go to charminvango.com.
I asked for that.
And order the mobile restroom, and I'll bring it to you.
Well, sir, this has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank
you so much for joining us.
You got it.
For Anthony, I'm Mike Rothman. This has been ABC News.